Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. So today is the day I'm going to be trying Istoyo's bubble remover. And you know what that means? That means one of you guys are going to get this when I'm finished with it. I'll let you know at the end of the video if it's today. If I'm done showing you everything that it can do, then the giveaway will be today. If I'm not done and I think I need to show you more, we'll do it on another day. So let's just get started. So whoever wins this is going to get all this. This is the lid. Here's the chamber. It came with 4 cups, so I will put those back in the box for you. It comes with your power cord and it comes with the instruction manual. So this is pretty similar to all the other ones that are out there. This one has 360 seconds and 600 seconds. So you would press the button once for the 360, twice for 600, and then I think it said, let me reread this. When it reaches 0, press the release button, so that will release the pressure. I did want to check, so fast curing resin, 4-hour fast cure, is not recommended in these kind of bubble removers because I think it makes more bubbles than you actually had before you put it in there. I know that's what happened in my case for some of the other ones, but the instructions on this say choose deep casting, which is deep pour, or regular resin. For fast drying resins may affect bubble remover due to their curing speed and viscosity. So don't use this with your 4-hour fast cures. If you need the fast cures for your blooms, I think you're out of luck using this particular one. So I'm not going to do deep pour. I have nothing to pour in deep pour. In deep pour, basically everybody's machine can get deep pour bubbles out because it's like water. So I'm not even worried about that. So we're going to do the regular resin in this today. I'm not going to take all the packaging. I will put this back in the bag. I'm going to try to keep it as best as I can because I know I'm using it before I give it to you, but hey, it's only going to be used like once or twice. So we're going to do that. Now the packaging, you're going to get the original box. It was packed very well. A lot of styrofoam holding it. No problems at all in the mail. So then let's see if it has anything. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Can placed the cured resin in the machine for bubble remover. No, cured resin will not work. It's recommended to choose deep. That doesn't make any, we already went over that. Why does bubble removal fail? And their answer was try to extend the bubble removal time. Fast drying resin or low temperature resin can affect, we already went through that. So that is good. So I want to try the 360 seconds and see how much resin I can put in there at that amount of time. Sometimes I've heard people say it takes 10 minutes. I don't know. I don't use these kind on a daily basis because I use my vacuum chamber probably 20 times a day. So I'm just so used to it. It's very strong, but these are great for the home crafter who don't do the amount of things that I do. I use mine for not only the channel, I use it for other things, and I also use it for making molds with silicone. So mine gets a ton of use, and I don't want to wear something like this out, and I don't know that this can handle what I do, but I think these are great, and they're a lot smaller, and you don't have that extra external pump that you have to deal with on a vacuum chamber. So these might fit in the small confined areas of your craft spaces that you don't have room for the vacuum chamber. So this just fits on top of here, and the suction will hold it in. And then once the suction is released, you will need 2 hands. So make sure you can use both arms. You'll have to pull this off while you're holding this so you don't spill your resin inside. So you will need to use 2 hands. I know a lot of resiners sometimes have problems with their hands, so please know that you're not just lifting off a lid. You will have to hold it tightly to release that pressure when you pull it off. Okay, let me go pick a mold, and we're gonna continue on with some Into Resin molds that I got this month. So let me go grab one and let's start checking this machine out today. We're gonna do the sweater mold today. This is a matte mold, and I'm going to use my white mica powder as the base and then finish it off after we demold it. So I did mix up 6 ounces because that's about probably the max you could do in one of those machines. So this, I hope, holds around 6 ounces. What I'm going to do, because I want to be able to see it clear, so if you're mixing it with a hand mixer, make sure your mixer is submerged just so you don't create any extra bubbles that you don't need when using a vacuum chamber. And then obviously do your sides and your bottom after you pull it out. So we're going to put it through the vacuum chamber at the 360-second mark and see how it works. And if it's done, great, then it's done. If it's not, we'll do another cycle. But then I have to mix my powder in. But because I want to see it work on the clear, I'm gonna run it through the vacuum chamber twice because I really don't want bubbles in here after I mix my powder in when it's cleared out. So let me set you up on a tripod so I can get you over there. So this is the size of it in comparison to a 3-gallon vacuum chamber. This is the one I use every day. So that's how the size difference is. So all I'm gonna do, put that in there, put the lid on it. Let me move that back. And I'm gonna press the 360 button. That just turned it on. I just pressed it again. And I'm going to go ahead and stick you in a little fast forward, a little closer.
In her studio where colors blend, Michelle's creations have no end. From coasters bright to jars that gleam, she brings to life each shining dream. Glitz and glitter, watch them dance. In Michelle's hands they find their chance. Resin flows and sparkles play, crafting beauty day by day.
It's just about done, and that was the 6-minute cycle. And that finished it. So all you're seeing on the top is the countdown. You're not seeing any pressure numbers or anything like that. It's just strictly a countdown from 360 seconds to 0. Now I'm gonna hit the release button because it looks like it did it in the 6-minute cycle. And now it's a 30-second release of the pressure. And then we'll see how stuck on the lid is. Six seconds. I don't think this epoxy resin that I'm using by Let's Resin, oh, that was pretty simple to take off. So it wasn't like stuck on like the other ones I've tried. And here is the resin. That is crystal clear. That looks really good, and this is 6 ounces of resin. Will it do 8 ounces? I'm not sure. It possibly could. It possibly could do it in maybe the 10-minute cycle instead of the 6-minute cycle. And if it's done and you don't need the rest of the time, I would say hit the release button and get it out sooner so you don't waste some time in there when you could be working with it on your bench. So what I'm going to do with it now is mix in my colors. Now all vacuum chambers leave those surface bubbles. You can use alcohol, you can use your heat gun to pop those, but every single one does that. So that's nothing different. So that is crystal clear in the 6 minutes. So now I want to mix in my mica powder. And I'm not going to like crazy stir it because I don't want bubbles. But then I'm gonna stick it back in the vacuum chamber and see if we can even see it working. I'm just gonna gently stir it in because I really don't want to incorporate any bubbles. I know I'm going to, but I always do this. If you're new to my channel, I always mix my colors before I put them in the vacuum chamber. But seeing that we're testing the piece of equipment, that's why I wanted to do it clear, just so we can see. Because we would never be able to tell if all the bubbles are out if I had mixed my mica powder in first and then ran it through. Because you can't see through the mica powder, obviously. But I do want it mixed in good enough so I know I'm getting a whole bunch of bubbles here. And then I'm just gonna pop it back in. We'll do this 6 minutes again. And that's, I did 5 minutes of stirring, 6 in there and 6 in here. We're gonna have to pour it pretty quickly after. I just don't want any micro bubbles. There's a whole lot of space up under here to get micro bubbles. That's why I'm going to do it a second time. All right, that'll be good. So I am not wasting, but I'm using a lot of my 40-minute work time between mixing and vacuum chambering today. But if it works and it's fine, we'll know by the micro bubbles in the end if it worked the second time. And if it's fine, then you just mix your color and use your chamber one time and not two like me.
Glitz and glitter, watch them dance. In Michelle's hands, they find their chance. Resin flows and sparkles play, crafting beauty day by day.
That was the 6-minute cycle. I'm gonna go ahead and press release. Now when it's running, it makes noise. It's not loud, but the noises do change as the pressure builds in there. So you're gonna have different noises coming out of it. I didn't want to hold you for 6 minutes so you can hear them, but if you win this, it does make different noises depending on how much pressure is in there. So I don't want to mess them around any more time. I didn't want to put it through a 10-minute cycle because I've already have this sitting out for 20 minutes. Okay, that's off. It comes off so easily. And it looks as if it looks good. I did see the bubbles rising, so I guess we're going to find out after our little sweater jar is cured and see if we have micro bubbles. There are still surface bubbles, but that's normal. I don't even know if 6 ounces is enough. Let's do the lid first and hope, otherwise I'll be making another batch. Now this looks like it has a nice thick lip for where the jar fits. And I filled it kind of high. I shouldn't have done that. You can kind of see underneath, but I cannot see bubbles because it is so thick. So most likely we're gonna have bubbles. Yep, one just popped out and I didn't even know it was there. Oops. So don't fill it up so high before you go around that lip. Otherwise you're gonna be making a mess like I'm making a mess here. I'm just gonna go around it a couple of times. That lid, let's see how much this lid held. That lid held about 3 ounces, just over 3 ounces. And then let's see if this takes the other 3 or if I'm gonna need more. Let's help it get down. It's kind of narrow here at the top. I'm just gonna lift it and I'm actually gonna do this. I think it works. There's a lot of sweater design in this one. So I'm just gonna rotate it around, hoping we don't get bubbles all in those little sweater design. And hoping I don't have to mix up any more. Could I have guessed correctly for one time in my life? I hate to hold it out because I don't know when to stop. Okay, yep. Almost 6 ounces. All I have is a little tiny bit left. Cool. I'm just gonna pop these little surface bubbles and hope that that thing is good enough to pull out the bubbles with mica powder in there. So we'll know from up underneath these edges where the bubbles rise and can't escape, they would all be along the bottom edge here if they're gonna be there at all. I'm just gonna help some bubbles come out if they're there. I don't know. It's kind of hard to do that on this one. There's one that came out. I hope this looks okay. I picked white just as the base color because white generally looks pretty decent in a matte mold. You can always spray it, I guess, with, I don't want to dome this one because that's hand cut and it's not going to look good. I've got just a little tiny bit. I'm just going to throw it in a pendant mold or something for some extras. And that's it. I can't believe I don't have a ton of extras to do today. Just for the fun of it, I'm going to drop a drip of my Cast and Craft black into my white, and we're just going to marble it. And I'll just grab a couple little pendants out of this and see how the marbling turns out with the mica powder. I always start with the hearts because I like the hearts the best. Come on. It's getting so thick. This might just turn gray, but I figured let's try it and see what happens. Because it's been sitting out for quite a while now between the two mixes in the vacuum chamber and then this. So we'll see if it works. These might be a bust. These might be full of bubbles, or I don't know, maybe not. It's a pretty smooth mold. This is the water ripple mold. One of them. They have so many to choose from. Now I have discount codes for all of these companies too. So if you do decide you want one, and not, I mean, you can obviously try to win this, but we do get thousands and thousands of entries on the giveaways now since I've given it to a different outsourcing company. And they give you bonuses for all kinds of things. So if you don't win it and you do decide you want to buy one, make sure you use the discount codes to save you some money on them. I'm just gonna one more drip in each one. Get a little bit of dome on it so you don't have to trim much. That is it. That's the extent of my extras today. Nothing extravagant. All right, guys, I will see you on Demold. And this is the part of the show where Happy Mail comes. Like, this is when my mail shows up, and I had so many boxes sitting on my front porch today, you guys. You guys are overwhelming me. I've got so many things, so I hope you have a few minutes. If you want to see it, stick around. If not, you can fast forward to the next part of the video. So this first package came from Tony, a huge package from Temu, and it's got a whole bunch of stuff in here. Cute stuff, I must say. Look at these adorable little bows. They're a little bit bigger, so those are gonna look really cute because I have the littler, smaller ones. So we have those. She sent me cute little Easter or spring, well, Easter's over, but spring little hats. Although this is enough for the next 5 years. So we can do Easter for the next 5 years with my little people. She sent me some Coca-Cola cans, which is adorable. I just used a Coca-Cola in the hand the other day. We have some butterfly charms. Are these charms or just embellishments? I think they're just embellishments. But those are cute. They would have to get glued onto something. There's no little hook thing to put on a, but I guess you could add a hook if you really wanted to, but we will find a place for those. Now I need to go back to Hobby Lobby and get some more storage containers. Here's some more hats, a different style. So cute. We've got some more of the charms with the words on them. Faith, blessed, miracle. I do have some left, not too many, but I do have a few of these. What is this? This looks like a coloring. Blue. Diamond dust glitter pigment. She knows me well. Look at that. Oh, it's shimmery. It's almost like a mica powder in a pigment paste. Cool. We'll have to try that on something soon. We've got, oh, little koi fish charms, or embellishments, I should say, not charms. Let me see if I can find me. It's so hard to find how to open these things. Right there. So these are little koi fish we could put in something. Oh, those are so cute. I like them because they're flat and they face up. So you could put them in a flat surface and still be able to see the whole fish. Love those. Thank you so much. Oh, here's some more big bows. I love these big bows. I've seen them done on other animals and they look super adorable. So I'm so glad I have some now for myself. Oh, here's another one, Diamond Dust, and this is a darker blue than that one. So she gave me a light blue and a dark blue. So I have choices. I love choices. Look at those two. Beautiful. Can't wait to see them in resin. Some more embellishments, and these are some birds or eagles. Maybe they're birds. They're birds. So cute. Love them flat. We have a whole package of more embellishments. Oh, little roses and pearls in all different colors. Oh, those are going to look really pretty on keychains or even pendants. Those roses are so cute. I have some in some colors. I don't have a package like this though. And one more, Diamond Dust Pigment, and this is like a white, maybe? Oh yeah, it's like a pearl white. I'll get my little shaker thing to shake it when I'm ready for it. Look at that. So pretty. She knows my favorite colors. Thank you so much, Tony. That was a lot. I appreciate you guys so, so much. Now I need to find some storage. I have to always constantly revamp my room when I get packages in. Okay, so now I got one from, let's see, who's gonna be first? Leah. Leah sent me two things, and this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It says, I wanted to make sure you can have glitter elsewhere in your life. Thank you for teaching people how to get along with each other in their marriage while learning resin art. It's beautiful, from Leah. And then it says, but then I was checking out and I couldn't believe it. They had glow in the dark blue. I said, oh, I have to send her a little bit of my wild streak too, so she will think of me when she sees it. Much love, from Leah. So Leah sent me, I guess this is the glow in the dark blue. Wait till you see the next one. Matte Petal Dust, Neon Blue. Let me see what that looks like. I'm just curious. Oh. Huh. I wonder, well, obviously it's going to color your resin. Interesting. Matte Petal Dust. I guess you could put it on your silicone as well. And look at this. Luster powder. Edible luster dust, you guys. I have edible glitter for my cake decorating, but I don't have all these colors. And I haven't decorated a cake in ages now because resin took over my life. But I used to always, when the orderer person would let me, I would cover their cakes in glitter. And I have this cool little tool that you just can cover your whole cake. But she's thinking like, breakfast, lunch, dinner, drinks, whatever. So you just sprinkle, you can also use it in resin. You can sprinkle this on food and make my food pretty. That's hilarious. That is so funny. I'm sure Don will appreciate glitter all over his dinner tomorrow night. I'm going to do that though and see what happens. See if he even notices. He'll be like, why is my steak sparkling? What did you do? That's hilarious. Thank you so much, Leah. I so appreciate that one. That was pretty funny. And then Brenda sent a challenge for me and Dawn. This is going in my challenge pile. You guys, please be patient with us. We have like 10 lined up because they're coming in faster. We can do them. So these are little frog-like totem poles, and one for him and one for me. So we got a wide one, a medium one, and then probably baby at the top. So we've got a challenge of frogs. This one shouldn't be too bad. Won't take too much resin. So I think the challenge will be who can make them cutest when they're completely finished. Although he did kick my little butt in the duck one. His came out so cute. I should have kept it, but that's okay. We can always make another one. So we have a frog challenge coming up from Brenda. So that is getting set with my challenges. I also received this in the mail. Let's Resin asked me if I wanted to try their new kit. I'm like, sure. We had such a ball, me and Don, with the other one. This is the Taba Squishies kit, and this is a little bit different than the last one I did. I also have their transparent one to do as well. I have so much lining up, you guys. So much. I have so much to do. So this comes with your flex rubber, A and B. It also comes with these two animals. So you get the two molds, which is this little hamster and this little dragon type thing. Your manual, of course. It comes with your gloves, mixing cups, flocking. You've got some eyes for your animals if you don't have eyes. Squish your loneliness away. What are these? These are little plastic pieces. Maybe it's the, what is this? Oh, the eyes for the hamster. That's what these are. And then, oh, you could probably put those if you're giving them as gifts. You've got mold release cream, so you would put that in your mold. Comes with a brush. I'll go over this too. Comes with gardenia white and purple. It comes with some bags. These are heavy duty plastic bags to put them in when you're finished. We've got chains for these tags that they came with. What is this though? Oh, I'm guessing you can use this on like the little feet. Oh, it shows like you can paint the little cheeks, the nose, the feet, the belly, all kinds of things. So they've given you, this is probably obviously just mica powder in a palette type style for 40 color palette. The instruction manual will tell us. Let me see what it says. Yeah, you would decorate it with the color palette. Emotional support cards, chains, flocking powders, put the bag, and then you put the little chain on the bag and you give them as gifts. Cool. So we've got 2 sets of squishies to do, upcoming videos. The other one is super cool because it's transparent. And I really want to do what they did on their video. I just have to get a little bit more instruction before I try it because I don't want to mess it up. All right, are you ready to unmold? I am. Let's start. Here is the pendants, if they're still marbled. Oh, they are still marbled. That looks really pretty. So does that one. Very shimmery because I used crystal white, which has a ton of crystal in it. I will fix these up. I'm waiting on my package of flat bag bales to come in because I go through hundreds of them. So I only have a few left, but I already ordered some, so I'm just waiting for them to come in. I might have enough to do these though. We've got Rose's last number 10 butterfly today in the Heaven's Dust glitter. There's the last one. All I need to do is put the rest of the rhinestones on there, and that is done. All right, let's start with the bottom. Let me get this paper off. This is the most flexible silicone ever. It is really, really soft. See how pretty that comes out on a matte mold? It looks soft, doesn't it? Like cotton. That's why I did the white. So now, see all the sweater markings? I mean, you don't have to do anything to it, but I might. I'm not sure. That's a lot to cover, but you know, I'll do it if I need to. And we ended up with a bubble right there. That is so cute. Look at that jar. And it goes, oh, it lines up like that. So I just need to fix this bubble on the end. And I think I'll go over some, I'm not sure what color I want on my sweater. Do I make it like World's Ugliest Sweater for Christmas time? Or do I make it like a cute sweater or a pretty sweater or a fall sweater or a spring sweater? I don't know. The lid fits good. It has a nice, large, deep lip there. That is so cute. I actually don't mind the matte mold on this one. I thought I was going to, but I don't mind it. I'm pretty picky with my molds. So let me move that out of the way and think about what colors I want to do on this. And yeah, be right back.
Pink and purple hues collide. A sweater jar where dreams reside. Glitz and glitter take their flight, dancing softly in the firelight. Resin sweater, hold me tight. Warmth that sparkles through the night. Chilly winds can't touch my soul. With this glow I feel whole. Fingers trace the hardened art. Every piece a beating heart. Accents gleam in soft embrace. Fireside whispers fill space. Resin sweater, hold me tight. Warmth that sparkles through the night. Chilly winds can't touch my soul. With this glow I feel whole. For the moments that been said, the masterpiece we won't forget. Crystal dreams and colors blend. Chilly nights that never end. Resin sweater, hold me tight. Warmth that sparkles through the night. Chilly winds can't touch my soul. With this glow I feel.
I'm finally done. That took forever, you guys. Forever. I didn't realize there were 3 sides on the bottom of that. Here's the extras. I just put the flat back bail on, put the rhinestones and the magnet on the butterfly. So that is your 10th one for Rose. I hope you love them, and I hope whoever you give them to love them. And these pendants will go out in freebies. Here is the jar. Is it adorable? So I took a brooch that I've had in my stash for quite a while, and I just glued it to the top for a little bit of extra bling. And I was lining it up, and this one lined up great, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, there's one on the other side. No, there's 3, and they're spaced equally around the bottom, but there's 2 on the top. So it's never gonna line up exactly. So I did the best I could, and there was no way I was gonna do all of this. Actually, I like it white, to be honest with ya, but that took a long time, a long time. I really need to get a chair in here. I don't sit down when I'm doing my crafts, you guys. I stand up like all day long. So that is the little sweater jar. I'm thinking like the whole time, like if you have, I know here, I don't know all over the world, but during Christmas, a lot of people have the ugly sweater competitions to see the ugliest sweater they can purchase and then win a prize for the ugliest sweater. So you can actually paint this the ugliest way that you possibly could for Christmas, put a Christmas something on there, and there's your ugly sweater for the party. I don't know why I was thinking about that, but I was. So it is an adorable jar. So I did it for spring because here, when the weather starts changing, it's like cold in the morning and you need a sweater. And then in the afternoon, it's like 90 degrees and you're dying of heat. So this is my spring sweater for Florida. I hope you guys like it. I'm going to get you guys some pictures. Stick around for those. Thank you for all the happy mail today, you guys. I appreciate you all so much. And I will see you tomorrow. All right, guys. Have a blessed day. Bye.
Glitz and glitter paint her way. She lights up hearts come what may. With a brush of faith she starts. Jesus whispers through her art. Patience blooms in every hue. Her love for viewers shines so true. Shimmer sparkles in her eyes, a radiant soul under bright skies. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story. Her colors tell faith and love in every part. Jesus guides her shining heart. Sparkly streams, her laughter flows like sunlit beams. With each stroke her spirit sings, a masterpiece.